So let's talk about Monday Night Raw. So let's see what happened on the A show, or the B show, or the B show, and I mean by B as in boring. But let's see what happens before we jump the gun. First off, I want to talk about the final segment of the show. Ronda Rousey makes her official debut on Monday Night Raw. Her first appearance on Monday Night Raw. Realizing her dream and making it to Raw. Now I know I've sounded pretty harsh on Ronda Rousey, but you can't blame me though. But, well, maybe you probably would blame me, but I don't understand. I just don't feel it with, just not feeling it with Ronda right now. There are some things on Raw that made me scratch my nose. No, that made me really scratch my head. But I guess we'll talk about that first. But we'll talk about the final segment, Ronda Rousey and the Authority. Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. Ronda Rousey wanted Stephanie McMahon to apologize. What for? What for, Ronda? What for, Ronda? Well, what do you want Stephanie McMahon to apologize to you for? What, the slap to the face? Is that why you want Stephanie McMahon to apologize? Ronda, you do know that this is the boss. You do know that, right? You ain't gonna get no apology from your boss. Your boss can do whatever the hell she wants. So, don't go ahead and say that you want an apology from Stephanie McMahon. She's not gonna give you any apology. You should be apologizing to her for putting Triple H to a table. Now, I know I sound bitter on Ronda, but I'm just not feeling it with Ronda Rousey right now. I'm just not. I just don't I can see why people love Ronda. Yeah, you people only like Ronda because of the stuff she's done in UFC, but I'm not going to take anything away from Ronda. Like I've said, I'm not going to take anything away from Ronda. And I've said this before, I don't hate Ronda. I don't hate Ronda. But the reason why I sound so bitter about her is because of how they've handled her so far. I don't know. I feel like my video is coming to tuition. I can't trust WWE with Ronda. But ultimately, Triple H lays out Kurt Angle. So obviously this is setting up a mixed tag. We've got Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. I know a lot of people, I understand the concept of what's going on here, that, you know, This rivalry has been brewing. This rivalry has been brewing since WrestleMania 31, and that is the only amount I can give to WWE. That's the only thing I can give props to WWE for. You know? The only thing I can give props to WWE for is that they know that I'm glad that they did not have Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte, because that's all that people were talking about when Ronda Rousey was constantly pointing at the WrestleMania sign. Everybody started claiming that it was going to be Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte. Excuse me guys, but I think I would rather watch Eva Marie versus Dana Brooke at a WrestleMania than wanting to see a Ronda versus Charlotte. That's how much I did not want. That's how much I did not want a Charlotte Ronda match. I guess I should say, or maybe I'll make it worse for you guys. I would rather watch Eva Marie, Lana, and Dana Brooke. 3 of the worst wrestlers in WWE. I would rather watch the 3 of them in a match than watch Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. Seriously. That's how much I did not want this match. And I knew WWE were not going to do Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte. I had so many people telling me that they're going to do Ronda versus Charlotte. And I kept telling them how wrong they are. It's funny how I prove people wrong. But then they're going to start accusing me that, I listen to JD. I listen to this person. No, I don't. No, I don't. You're just making an excuse on why I proved you wrong. That's all I see that is. That's all I see that. I see that as an excuse on why I proved you wrong. It's the only way. Also, guys, look. We all as fans hate Stephanie as a character. But honestly, I do have some shed of respect for Stephanie. Now, I know this may sound crazy to most people, and I know how much everybody hates seeing Stephanie on TV, but I feel like I've got some respect for Stephanie. But the only issue I have here is that I hate the fact that they want to make Stephanie a cowardly heel. Now, I guess a lot of us can understand that because it's Stephanie, and she rarely wrestles. Like, she is the only McMahon that wrestles less than Shane and Triple H. Now, that is obviously the understandable point. But the funny thing is that Stephanie has had some pretty good feuds. Maybe with Trish and Brie. Thought her rivalry with Brie was decent. But what I'm saying is that Stephanie McMahon shouldn't be running away. She's a McMahon. McMahons don't run away. Triple H never ran away. Did Shane McMahon run away from The Undertaker? Did Shane McMahon run away from AJ Styles? Did Shane McMahon run away from Kevin Owens? No. This is the only issue I have, is that they've been making Stephanie look like a cowardly bitch. And of course I understand why, because she's in the ring with Ronda Rousey. But you gotta understand, this Ronda Rousey is not the Ronda Rousey of UFC. This Ronda Rousey is an all-new Ronda Rousey who is giving up her UFC career for WWE. I wouldn't mind seeing Stephanie McMahon outsmarting Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey doesn't need to look tough every single week. Well, obviously I understand why she needs to. Because this is her first time being in WWE, so we need to make Ronda Rousey look like a badass, as my friend always says. Ronda Rousey, I don't mind. I wouldn't mind. But the only other issue I'm having is that I'm having some scary feelings. Is this all we're gonna be getting from the Ronda Rousey Stephanie McMahon onto WrestleMania? I mean, like these are the last 2 days of March. Today and tomorrow are the last 2 days of February. Not March. February. And then we got March, which has Fastlane. And then April, we've got WrestleMania. So you're telling me all we're going to be getting from Ronda and Steph is just promos? No. What I would do if I was Stephanie McMahon, if Ronda Rousey wants to point at the WrestleMania sign and want to go to WrestleMania, what I would do is, if I was Steph, is I'd have Ronda Rousey wrestle. This is what I want from Ronda. I want Ronda to start wrestling on Monday Night Raw. I want Ronda Rousey to prove to Steph why she should be at WrestleMania. None of this cheesy, annoying, demanding apology. Ronda, you're not going to get an apology from Stephanie McMahon. You're never going to get an apology from Stephanie McMahon. No, like, Stephanie can punch you, can slap you in the face 1,000,000 times, and she will never say sorry. So give up on that, Miss Rousey. Give up on that. She ain't going to give you no apology. Ronda Rousey needs to start proving to Steph why she belongs at WrestleMania. None of this bullshit where she talks, demands apologies. You know, there's no need for that. You know Stephanie's not going to give it to you. So prove to me why you want to be at WrestleMania. Instead of just pointing at the sign, show Stephanie why you belong at WrestleMania. And no, I don't mean put Triple H to another table. I mean wrestle. Get in the ring and wrestle. Have her verse someone. Have her beat somebody in a match. Have her prove to Steph why she belongs there. This is why I'm not buying into Ronda Rousey, guys. This is why I'm not buying into Ronda Rousey. The more they don't have Ronda wrestle, the more that I am believing that Ronda Rousey is going to be a good wrestler. I don't mind if they want Stephanie and Ronda to cut promos. I don't mind that. Okay? I don't mind that. But having Ronda wrestle, trying to intimidate Steph and try to worry Steph, is what I want. And then casually, maybe I would have Stephanie try to play some games with Ronda Rousey, you know? Stephanie looks like the type of person that can play some games on Ronda Rousey. Try to get under Ronda Rousey's skin. That's what Stephanie needs to do. Ronda Rousey doesn't need to try and scare Stephanie. Stephanie needs to try and worry Ronda. Obviously, Ronda Rousey isn't going to, but Stephanie needs to play games with the rowdy one. Okay? That's what I'm trying to explain. Obviously, there's a lot more to this storyline, as we all know, because this is heading up to WrestleMania. But I'm just saying that I'm not liking how they're doing this so far. They've only had this is their second promo, and of course I can understand this is their second time. Got to give Ronda Rousey some slack, right? Got to give Ronda Rousey some slack. You know, she's just starting. But from this point on, after this promo, I don't want any more promos between Steph and Ronda. Well, maybe Steph can keep cutting promos, because that's all she does is cut promos. But I want Steph to try and make Ronda earn her WrestleMania spot. That's what I want Steph to do. I want Stephanie to make Ronda earn it. Instead of just pointing at a WrestleMania sign and saying, yeah, I'm going to Mania, stuff all of you. I'm coming for you, Steph. No, Steph. I would have her make Ronda earn it. Have Ronda Rousey maybe run a gauntlet. Have her try and verse everybody. Well, maybe not everybody on Raw, but maybe have her in a match with Nia Jax. Nia Jax looks like somebody that can work for the Authority. You know, someone that can do damage for Steph. When Stephanie McMahon can pick up the pieces when Nia's done. And that's another thing I want from Steph. I want Steph to at least look decent in this whole feud with Ronda. Now we all know Steph is going to lose, yes. But at least make Steph look like that she's just a cruel boss that will torture her employees. Have her lay out Ronda Rousey. That needs to happen. It needs to happen. Have Steph lay out Ronda one week, and then have Ronda try to get back at her. And then eventually, to where Ronda Rousey gets her hands on Stephanie, but Stephanie can keep laying Ronda out. Maybe not every week, but most of the weeks you can have Stephanie lay out Ronda, and then Ronda is going to get her revenge at Mania. That is what I want. None of this bullshit where Stephanie slaps Ronda and runs. I don't want Stephanie to look like a coward, and I understand she has to. But I do have respect for Steph for a lot of things she's done for WWE, but ultimately, guys, me saying that I respect Stephanie, is probably going to make a lot of you go, probably make a lot of you throw up. Anyway, enough of this segment. I'm going to move on. I'm like nearly 17 minutes into the video and I've been talking about this. Let's talk about the other stuff that happened on Monday Night Raw. Let's talk about the start of the show. Alexa Bliss and Mickie James came out to start off the show. So Mickie now is all of a sudden a heel. With no explanation behind it, she's automatically a heel. Because she's working with Alexa, she's a heel. Okay. Mickey's not explaining why she's siding with Mick. Mickie doesn't explain why she's siding with Alexa. She's just doing it. Asuka then comes out with no mask on and no silly jackets. She needs to come out like that every single week. And not dance like a friggin' fool. Then this all led to Bliss and Mickie attacking Asuka, and then Nia came out to assist them in a 3-on-1 beatdown until Sasha Banks and Bayley made the save, and then a match between these six were made as a 6-women's tag. Oh my God! Like I didn't know that was gonna happen. Wow, like I didn't see that one coming, WWE. Asuka, Banks, and Bayley won. Asuka tapped out Mickie James. But the biggest highlight in this match was Bayley. Sasha Banks went to tag Bayley, but then Bayley jumps off the apron. Hold on a sec, guys. So, yeah, that's basically that. And also, I really hope they're not planning Bliss versus Asuka, because this is obviously, from what I've been seeing, I'm getting a little nervous to think this is what they're planning. But maybe not. But we will see. We'll see. John Cena addresses his road to WrestleMania. He will be heading over to SmackDown Live tomorrow. So he'll be on SmackDown Live, issuing where he could go to his road to WrestleMania. Is this them setting up him and The Undertaker? I really can't tell anymore, man. I really can't tell anymore. And you know how much I've said that. You know that I do not like the idea of Undertaker and John Cena going at it. Because, like I said to you guys, the reason why, because I talked to you guys about this before, that I said that this will just ruin everything they did with the Undertaker at WrestleMania 33. So we don't know what John Cena could be doing. Maybe this is going to be setting up the Undertaker. Hopefully this is the last time we see the Undertaker for good in WWE. Like I said, if this match happens, if this match does happen, I'm not going to complain about it. I'm not going to be angry about it. I'll just accept it, you know? I'll do what most fans can't be capable of doing. Accept what they get. Bray Wyatt challenged Woken Matt Hardy. Obviously, he's not done with the Woken Warrior. And that's about it. Miz rants about how he's been in WWE for 12 years and he deserves to be at WrestleMania. Oh, don't worry, Miz. You'll be at WrestleMania. Don't worry. You'll be at WrestleMania. But Miz has 2 matches. Miz has 2 matches, and he versus Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. And Finn and Seth both beat Miz. So this is ultimately setting up a triple threat match. Roman Reigns addressed Brock Lesnar. Apparently Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns are meant to go face to face. And I want to tell you guys something. It was funny. I was on like WWE.com and they posted up. You know, they had that frame with Roman and Brock. And instead of saying with, they put with. You know, W-I-T. I found that funny. Brock Lesnar didn't show up. Of course, he wasn't going to show up. So ultimately, Roman Reigns left and talked a lot of shit. Roman, you don't have to say anything, buddy. You don't need to say anything. You're going to be handed the Universal Championship, pal. You're going to be handed the Universal Championship anyway. So what's the point in even you saying anything about Brock Lesnar? You could just stand there. We could just hear your annoying music. You walk out, wait for Brock. Brock doesn't come, then you leave, and we'll listen to your annoying music again. You don't have to say anything. We all know you're winning the Universal Championship. So why even bother come out and say, I'm going to win the Universal Championship? What's even the point of it? We've got another Raw Tag Team title match. We had Titus Worldwide versus The Bar. And The Bar get the win in a 2 out of 3 falls. And then they claim there is no tag team that are ready for The Bar. Is this them setting up the revival? Or are they really going to bring an NXT talent up? Hard for me to say. Hard for me to say at this point. I would probably say, I'd probably say it's probably going to be the revival. It's probably going to be the revival. And finally, guys, the last thing I'm going to talk about is Braun Strowman and Elias. Braun Strowman won by disqualification. That's about it. And obviously we know Ronda Rousey closed the show. And some of you guys are actually surprised I talked about the closing segment first. Because I think a lot of people are wondering, you know, like I normally go from the top of the card to the bottom of the card. Like I don't normally talk about the bottom of the card, then go back up to the top of the card. But I went to the top of the card this time. So guys, that has been your Monday Night Raw review. I hope you all enjoy it. Hit that thumbs up. Comment your thoughts down below on what you thought of the show. I can't really say anything about Raw this week. I'm not saying it was good. I'm not saying it was bad. Or I'd probably say it's more bad than good. But you know, everybody thinks I'm biased. You know, everybody thinks I'm biased that I don't like Monday Night Raw and I like SmackDown Live more. And everyone thinks I'm biased. Well, maybe. Fans, maybe you need to look at yourselves in the mirror. You're kind of biased. You're very biased to NXT. So there, guys. Thank you all for joining me. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Thumbs up. Comment your thoughts down below. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. And be aware. Make sure you are ready to comment your thoughts down below if you want to say anything. I will see you guys for my SmackDown Live review. See you guys next time, guys. Peace, sweet out.